Since it's my show, and one day I will be exonerated and taken off the list of murderers in UK, telling you right now, I'm laying it on the line. This has taken a toll on me unlike anything I've ever expected. I have sacrificed 15 years of my life for the betterment of America and Americans. And right now I'm being ripped apart by the vermin on the left. And no one is coming to my aid with very rare exception. That's going to be the end of it. You will never hear from me again. When my name is removed from that, I'll close down my website. My health is suffering. And I will not die for this cause any further. If you don't care, I don't care. If the Republican Party is a worthless bunch of thieves, I don't give a darn. If you think that I'm going to do what the Republican Party ought to be doing, you're mistaken. They have all the money in the world. They have all the power in the world. They have all the protection in the world. And they're doing nothing for you. You want me to do the whole job that the Republican Party is supposed to be doing? Are you crazy? I'm not going to do this anymore. I have one battle left in me, and that is to get my name off that list and get justice in the courts, and that's it.
Savage.
Extra, hear all about it. Obama seizes control of General Motors, creates massive Soviet-era car company, and America yawns. Step by step, day by day, a Soviet-style America is emerging, and America yawns, and the disappeared Republican Party says nothing. The worthless Republican Party says nothing. In England right now, you have a socialist government under Labour, and you have a Tory opposition that is vocal and literate, speaking out not only on my issue, but on many issues, literate and vocal, getting up there with brains. We have nothing here. Nothing on the Republican side, not one articulate voice, a party with dummies in it. A party that was totally deballed by George Bush. A party that was eviscerated by the Bush power structure. They cut the guts out of the Republican Party. They crucified any conservative inside the Republican Party, whether it was Tancredo or any other. Bush crucified them. And Bush destroyed the conservative movement. That's why over a year ago I called him a fiscal socialist. I saw what he was doing. I saw what Bush was doing. So don't just blame Obama. This is all one gigantic conspiracy to erase the sovereignty of America and roll us into the New World Order. You think it's just rhetoric, don't you? Well, just yesterday it was announced that several nations are thinking of abandoning the United States currency and accepting the Chinese yuan as a reserve currency, all under Obama. Who is behind all of this? Who is profiting from this? George Soros, the money changer in the Temple of Truth? The money changer in the Temple of Freedom? You will have neither truth nor freedom left if you don't defend the truth. If you lose the truth sayers in this country, you're going to lose your freedom. You will have no freedom left. None. Zero. Marie in Houston, you're up on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Doc Incident. I just want to express my deep disappointment with the alleged number one and two talk show hosts for not supporting not just you, but free speech. He
stands for nothing but himself and his own aggrandizement. I've seen this for years, and I've left him alone. I supported him when he was called a pillhead. I supported O'Reilly when he was called the loofah man with the sex scandal. Remember that they bought the woman off?
Yes.
I supported both of them. Neither of them will lift a finger to help me because they're not in it for America. They're not in it for a cause. They're not conservatives. But I don't want to focus on them. They are what they are. See it for what it is. Now let's move on. Our enemies are very clear. They're just showmen. But where is the opposition? Where are the voices of opposition? You don't hear them in Congress. You don't hear them in the Senate. Republican Party's defunct. You listen to the voices in England of the opposition. It's a pleasure to hear them. They're not in power. But at least they speak, for God's sakes. They're literate. They're intelligent. Listen to clip 21 again. Hold it. This is Michael Fabricant, a conservative member of Parliament, the equivalent of our Republicans. Now compare him to one of these lunkheads that we call Republicans. Go ahead, play it.
Well, notwithstanding the Home Secretary's answer, she will be aware that the things of which she accuses Mike Savage is equally illegal in the United States of America, and he has not faced prosecution there. So does she realise how ludicrous her ban is, does
All right,
she
let's
realize...
stop right there. Notice what he said, what she accuses Savage of. He has it exactly right. This human thing, Jackie Smith says that she wants to uphold British standards. Well, do the British standards include smearing an individual who you've never met? Does it include smearing an individual who you've never asked to defend himself? Does it include smearing? Is that British standards, Jackie? Smearing a man without ever having listened to him? Smearing a man based on sound bites sent to you by a far-left radical group? Is that your idea of British standards, Jackie Smith? Trying to drag a man's name through the mud? Are those the British standards you're proud of? Letting in terrorists? Letting in murderers? That's your idea of British standards? Yeah. But listen to how literate they are, the opposition party. We have no literacy here. So this attack upon me, this vicious attack upon me, this malicious attack upon me, at this stage of my life, after having spent 15 years trying to better America, trying to better the family in America, try to save us from the devious perverts in America, they have launched a full-scale attack upon me. Notice they didn't bring this upon Rush Limbaugh. They didn't bring it upon Sean Hannity. And they didn't bring it upon the loofah man O'Reilly. Now, why is that? If I'm less important than those wonderfully important intellectual giants that I just mentioned, why did they bring this upon me? Why did Jackie Smith pick me, not Rush Limbaugh? I'll let you figure that one out. First, they came for Michael Savage, but because you didn't approve of Michael Savage, you didn't raise your voice. Then they came for Rush Limbaugh, but because you didn't approve of Rush Limbaugh, you didn't raise your voice. Then they came for whatever. And then they came for you. But then there was no one left to stand up for you, was there? See, there's a parable going back to Cardinal Niemöller, who lived through Hitler's Germany, who came up with that syllogy back in those days. And we've tried to teach you a little bit of history, but since America's a brain-dead nation where there is no history, the history is approximately 5 minutes in length. The history is a discombobulated daughter of John McCain who can't finish a paragraph without sounding like a combination of Paris Hilton and a dingbat that they just got off the street on YouTube. And now she wants to run the Republican Party. I can't believe what I'm listening to.